South Carolina lawmakers say the only people who can stick around at the State House long enough to have a real impact fall into three very limited categories. Those who are retired, rich, or have jobs that allow them to take significant time off to be in Columbia. But as State House reporter Mary Green explains, there's a push to open the door for more people to serve, like working parents.
Candidates for office in South Carolina can spend their campaign money on a variety of expenses, including yard signs, polling, even some meals. A bill that narrowly passed in the House of Representatives this week would add child care to that list.
We are really trying to open the doors for people to run for office.
Representative Spencer Wetmore says a barrier that many young parents and women in particular face when they're considering a run for office is child care.
When I first ran for office, my youngest daughter was 4. And of course, my husband is out campaigning with me. You know, it's a family affair when you run for office.
Wetmore's bill would allow candidates for office ranging from local to statewide to General Assembly races to use campaign money on dependent care related to their campaigning or official duties if elected. For example, it could be used to pay for child care when a candidate is door knocking.
Less than 2% of the women in the South Carolina legislature are moms with children. I am a little bit biased, but I think that's a really important voice for South Carolina.
The bill passed in the House with significant bipartisan support, but 45 Republicans voted against it, with some saying it's unfair because it would only help certain candidates.
It just seems that it is for more of the elected elite than for the everyday taxpayer.
It's quite the contrary. This is what allows an even playing field for those folks that want to run for office but can't afford to because of the barriers.
Others argued this opens the door too widely for how campaign dollars can be spent.
It opens up the ability for people to actually have this kind of influence over members who might be in a desperate position, and hey, here's a way you can get extra cash to pay your bills.
The bill includes safeguards to prevent abuse, including a restriction on money being used to pay a family member and a strengthened record-keeping requirement.
I can tell you, if people are going to have a corrupt arrangement, they're going to do that whether or not this bill exists, right?
This bill next heads to the Senate, which will have about a month to take it up and pass it, or else it dies when the session ends in May. Reporting from the State House, I'm Mary Green.